Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Actually, be good afternoon, I guess, when you guys are doing this. So today is chapter 7, lesson 3. This is going to be pages 493 to 498. All right. Make sure you put your name as always, and then you put your staple up in the top left. Some of us still having a hard time remembering that. All right. So write numerical expressions. Lesson 3, essential question: how are patterns used to solve problems? Okay, so we're going to be using patterns to solve problems in this essential question. So it appears we have a taco here, and he's asking for a check of some sort. I don't know what that means, but let's read into the question. Example 1, Math in My World. Terrell went to dinner with his friends and ordered 3 tacos. Each taco costs $2, and he has a coupon for $1 off his purchase. The total cost in dollars of Terrell's purchase is represented by the phrase multiply 3 by 2, then subtract 1. Now, next week in your morning math, you're going to be having problems a lot like this. Okay, you're going to have 5 of them. In fact, where you have to read the problem, know how to, and you have to write the expression out. Okay, the numerical expression. So write the total cost as a numerical expression. So I'm going to write the phrase in parts. Okay, just in parts. Part 1, multiply 3 by, and it says up here, multiply 3 by 2. So we're going to write a 2, or the letters 2 in there, because these are words. And then subtract, and then it says, then subtract 1, like so. Okay. So now we're going to write the numerical part of this, the number part. Okay, these are word parts. So we say in word parts, and then this one here is going to be numerical. Think of the word number, the number expression. So multiply 3 by 2. Well, that's easy. 3 by 2, right? And then we're going to subtract 1. Okay? Now we can combine these two, the numerical expressions, to represent the total cost in dollars. Add parentheses if needed. So we're going to take this right here and say, well, 3 times 2 minus 1. Now you might ask, Mr. Young, do I need parentheses? Well, that's the question, if you do or not. And I'm going to tell you right now you don't, because if you remember PEMDAS, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, divide, add, subtract, if you do it in this order, you would do it in this order anyway. So you don't need the parentheses for this. Okay, you don't need it. You can put them, but you don't need, because you're supposed to do multiplication first anyway. So this one you won't need it. I'm sure we'll have some in the near future that will need it. Turn the page. Example number 2. Okay. Number 2, we have a ticket to a baseball game costs $25 and popcorn is $8. Three friends bought tickets and popcorn. The expressions below give the cost for 1 friend and for 3 friends. Compare the 2 expressions without evaluating, which says without answering them is what we're doing there, okay? So both expressions contain the same addition expression. So the same addition expression, what you can see right here, is 25 plus 8, right? It's the same one. So we write 25 plus 8. So we're just comparing them. We're not answering them. Okay, so for 3 friends, the addition expression is multiplied by what? It looks like by 3, right? That's easy enough. So the second expression is blank times as large as the first. Well, times 3, so 3 times right there, right? And that was easy. We didn't have to actually find the answer for that. We just had to compare the two. All right, so now we're going to do write the phrase add 7 and 11, then divide by 2 as a numerical expression. So we're going to write the word parts first, okay, word parts, and then we're going to write the numerical expression like we did on the front page. So the first part is, it says add 7 and 11. So we write add 7 and 11. All right, and then the second part is then, this is the second part, then divide by 2. Okay, so we're going to write this as a numerical expression now. So we're going to say, well, we're adding 7 plus 11, and then divide by 2. Pretty easy, right? So now we're going to combine these two and add parentheses as needed. So we're going to write 7 plus 11 divided by 2. Now, do we need parentheses on this one? So then you got to ask yourself, well, PEMDAS. Remember that thing that I annoyed you with yesterday, PEMDAS. Well, if we do multiplication divide first, then we do it. So we'd have to do this problem here first. And we don't want to do that problem there. We don't really know that well right now to have to do decimals with this kind of problem. And so we have to parenthesize these right here first. So that way we do the parentheses, because this is the first thing we do. We add 7, 11. So we do that first, and then we divide by 2. Easy enough, right? Yeah. And of course, if we didn't have to find the answer to this, but if we did, this would be 18 divided by 2, which equals 9, which we didn't have to find the answer there, but we did anyway. Okay, so let's look at our independent practice today. Write each phrase as a numerical expression. All right, so we're going to write numbers right above that numbers because we're going to write the number part of this. All right, divide 15 by 3 and then add 13. So we say divide 15 by 3. So 15 divided by 3. And then it says then add 13. Then add 13. Do we need parentheses? Again, think of PEMDAS. Well, there's no parentheses yet. Exponents no multiply or divide. So we're going to do that first anyway, right? And that's what we needed to do first. So no, we don't need parentheses on this one. So that one's a pretty cut and dry one. We don't need parentheses. All right, so this one is subtract 4 from 20, then divide by 2. All right, so a lot of you are going to want to say 4 minus, no, is that subtracting 4 from 20? No, that's subtracting 20 from 4. Think of it that way. So we have to do 20, we're subtracting 4 from 20, and then it says then divide by 2. Do we need parentheses? Well, parentheses, we don't have them yet. Exponents no, multiply. So we have to do this first, right? But we don't want to do that first because it says up here subtract 4 from 20. So that's what we need to do first. We need to add the parentheses right there because we're going to do this part first, then that. Okay? All right. Okay. Add 9 and 4, then multiply by 2. So 9 and 4, and then multiply by 2. Do we need parentheses? Well, again, we got to do this part first, and according to PEMDAS, we would actually do the multiplying first. So yeah, we're going to add parentheses because we want to do that first because this is the first thing that's written out. So that's what we need to write for being the first thing. All right, so compare each pair of numerical expressions without evaluating them. So we're going to do with this one a lot like we did with this one right here with the baseball game guy. Okay, so we have 7 times 4 the group divided by 2, and this one's just 7 times 4. So both of them has the same multiplication, which is that right there, right? 7 times 4. And in expression 1, the product is divided by 2. So expression 1 is this one here. If we're dividing this by 2, if we're dividing that by 2, well, guess what? It's not 2 times. This one is only half. Half as large as expression number 2. Expression number 1, 2 plus 5 plus 8, and then this one has the same thing, but we're doing it times 4. So both expressions contain the same addition expression, which is 2 plus 5 plus 8. And then in expression 2, the addition expression is multiplied by 4. So expression number 2 is 4 times as large as expression number 1. This is a fairly easy assignment, obviously, as you can see. Robin wants to find the area of the triangle below. To find the area of the triangle, multiply the base times the height and then divide it by 2. The base and height of the triangle are shown. Represent the area of the triangle with a numerical expression. So like it says right there, to find the area of a triangle, we multiply the base times the height. So here's the base, which is 4, times the height, which is 3, then divide by 2. Then divide by 2. Do we need parentheses? Well, according to PEMDAS, we have no parentheses, no exponents, and then we have multiply. So we're going to multiply. That's what it said to do, right? Multiply first, then divide. Well, perfect. We have that finished. And we don't have to find the answer because it just says find it, the numerical expression. All right, so that's pretty easy. All right. Deirdre doubled her savings account balance of $100. Then she withdrew 30 to buy some new clothes. Represent this as a numerical expression. Okay. And this is number 8. Yeah. So she doubled her savings account. So she started with $100, right? And she's going to double it. So that means we're going to times it by 2 because we're doubling it, right? And then it says she withdrew 30. So withdrew means you take away. So do we need parentheses? No, because again, remember, multiply comes first. That's doubling it. And then she subtracted 30 from it, and that's how we get that. So that's pretty easy right there to tell. Let's go ahead and dive down here at the bottom. We don't typically do these, but we're going to now. We're going to look at, let's skip this one. We're going to look at number 10. Circle the numerical expression that is 4 times as large as this right here. 4 times. So that doesn't look, no. What about this one? 52 minus 9 plus 4. 52 minus 9 times or divide times, right? Because if it's times is large, right? 4 times, well, it's going to be times 4, so that's what we're looking. So you would probably have thought it might be that one, but no, because the parentheses, according to the associative property, is a little bit different. All right, guys, so your homework tonight, of course, is 497 and 498. Make sure it's stapled to the entire thing when you turn it in. Again, look down here. It says you're going to just compare. So you're not actually evaluating these. You're just comparing them like we did. C right here, C number, I guess you could say examples 5 and 6. C numbers 5 and 6 on the independent practice. If you need help with this one, you shouldn't, but okay. And then on the back side, Jeffrey purchased and downloaded 12 songs. Again, you're going to write the numerical expression. This one right here, write the numerical expression. This one right here, represent the area with a numerical expression. Again, just follow. Remember, you write it in the order that it tells you to do. It shouldn't be that hard, really, for you guys. So when you guys are finished with it, make sure your name's on it, stapled, turn in the box. Thank you, guys.